a ton of these butterflies. The hand motions am I doing? Blah, blah, blah. Now I feel awkward. Bigger butterflies in this bowl. The 4th annual birthday dress. Just in time for my 20th birthday. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, welcome back to Maddie Sews, the channel where we sew history, creativity, and just a little bit of chaos. Today marks the 4th year in a row that we will be making my birthday dress. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, every year I decide to make or recreate either a high-end garment, a garment inspired by a high-end brand, or something that I didn't have a chance to make earlier in the year. Now, the plan this year, because I am turning, dun dun dun, I am turning 20 years old, folks. I've been doing this for 4 years. The first time I started this annual tradition was when I was 17. That's insane. It is. Now, at the time, I was living in Germany, and our family decided to go on a trip, and this is where I get this iconic photo that, still looking at it to this day, makes my heart so happy. Now, that dress was a mood pattern that's for free. It's called the Anthea dress. I will link it down below. And then the next year, I made the Daisy dress, which was inspired by a Lyrica Matoshi dress. And it turned out okay. I really liked it. I had turned 18 that year, and I was really combating a lot of stuff, a lot of mental health problems. And so it didn't turn out as pretty as I wanted it to, but I still love it. It's still progress. The next year after that, I did another Tweta Matoshi dress, which was the Music Note dress. And this one, I'm gonna be honest, just didn't hit it off the way I wanted it to. It was really itchy. Underneath the bodice, a lot of the tulle just really cut into my skin poorly. It wasn't very comfortable. So the hope is to go back to that same level of excitement and quality as the first year, this year. So this year we are making, can you guess? Another Tweta Matoshi inspired dress. This year we're attempting to recreate the butterfly dress from her collection, I believe from her 2024 spring collection. Now, this dress, as you see, is this what in the hand motions am I doing? Blah, blah, blah. This dress is from her, I believe, spring 2024 collection, and as you can see, it's this really beautiful fuchsia purple. There are usually two things that make these dresses difficult to undertake. Number one, a lot of the times these projects have custom fabrics. I have figured this out over the past couple years, especially with the Music Note fabric last year. That one really bent my brain. I have been unable to find the exact replica of the fabric that they use in the dress. They sell a couple versions on Etsy, but they're like $30 a yard, and if you aren't familiar, I try to budget these projects, especially for my birthday, at around $100 to $150. We definitely broke the bank this year, because unfortunately, like I said, it was very difficult to find a replica fabric for this dress. So instead of making it in the bright, beautiful, bold purple tones, we are making it in a baby blue. Now, I found this fabric at Joann's. This was the second to last trip to Joann's. And it's about 5 yards of butterfly lace diced into 2 portions, because the first time I bought it, I was questioning why I was willing to spend $45 on 3 yards. And the second time I bought it, I was questioning why I didn't buy more of it the first time. So we're gonna see how this goes, and hopefully I can dice the pieces into at least enough for a very full skirt and a fairly modest bodice. Now, the plan for today is to adjust a couple of the key elements of this dress that I would much rather have a garment that fits my body and feels comfortable on my body than forcing myself to fit into a very tight and structured corset. I learned the hard way last year for my birthday dress. The dress ended up being very uncomfortable to wear, and I couldn't really wear it for more than a couple hours at a time before my skin would start breaking out in hives and the corset would start cutting in. Now, caveat right now that not every corset is uncomfortable. I have made time and time again corsets on this channel that fit me perfectly, fit really comfy, and I can wear for hours at a time. I just wanted, for my personal comfort this year and for just wearability's sake and honestly timeliness, to make a corset fit my body a little bit more snugly but didn't have as much structure. So what we're planning to do today is the same thing we did with the Anastasia dress, which is use a very sturdy, heavy-duty interfacing like this, where it's got enough strength to it that it basically acts as a stiffener for all of the fabric and kind of serves in itself a little bit just like boning. Now, it's not going to give the same effect as boning, but what it will do is allow for a little bit more wearability and movability with time. So now that you've seen all the adjustments, I'm going to go ahead and show you the patterns. And finally, now that I've been hyping it up for the past like 5 minutes, I'm going to actually show you what our fabric looks like. Okay guys, so the pattern we're using for the bodice is the Sylvia top, I believe. Yep, the Sylvia top. Now you can easily get this on moodpatterns.com. I am using a size 10 in this pattern. However, what I would highly recommend is when you're printing these patterns out to size up at least 2, primarily because it tends to fit a little bit smaller than they say it does. Secondly, for the skirt, we are using an old favorite. We are using Simplicity's, I can't read that number backwards, Simplicity's 9103, just the skirt piece. It's super cute, super flared, and if I want to add a ruffle, I can. Now for the fabric. This is the fabric we're using this year. Now I went ahead and got 4 yards of this really pretty baby blue cotton. I think it'll still give the effect I'm looking for, and this will serve as the lining and the fabric that we will attach the interfacing to. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, this is the fabric we're using this year. She's absolutely stunning. The butterflies have little sequins on them. Now, one of the details I really wanted to highlight because it's so pretty, it's like really cool patterning situation where there's like gaps right here where there aren't any butterflies, and it'll look really nice on a skirt because it'll look more three-dimensional and like artistic. Now the game plan is to go ahead and French seam all of the lace panels and then regular stitch all of the lining pieces so that everything will have a nice finished edge to them. Now I feel awkward. Hey guys, we have finished the skirt and now we're going to go ahead and get started on the bodice. But here's a close-up of what she looks like. I think she turned out very nicely. Okay guys, so I have gone ahead and cut out all the pattern pieces for the bodice. I will meet you back once that's done. Shush! Now, I was on the phone with a friend of mine a little while ago, and I cut out a ton of these butterflies from the leftover scrap fabric. Now, the plan is, once I have the lining sewn and the bodice attached to the lining, all I'm going to do is, before I sew the 2 pieces together on the bottom seam, I'm going to go ahead and hand sew a bunch of these into places like here, here, and here to cover up the areas that are patchy, and to add some 3 dimension to it so it fits the original design. Now my plan is to also add butterflies around the collar area if I have leftovers, but we'll see. The hope is to make it as accurate to the original dress as possible. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you the back panel pieces real quick, and then we will start sewing them together. Okay guys, so here's the game plan for the back panels. These are the two center back pieces. These are the top and bottom side back pieces. Unfortunately, I have to head to work, so I will see you on my lunch break, but we're gonna go ahead and get working on that when I get back. Well guys, 1,000 butterflies later, we have completely decimated the leftover fabric. There is not a whole butterfly to be seen. And I am completely covered head to toe in threads. So I'm going to call it a night. Head to bed. It is 12:05. It's very late out here. But because I'm in Alaska, it's not actually dark outside completely. Which really messes with your head after a while. But anyway, I'm gonna wake up, hopefully fresh and early, whatever that means. It's most likely gonna be 9 tomorrow morning. Thanks for putting up with the shenanigans. I feel like there will be quite a bit more with this project. But I'm gonna show you all the butterflies, and then I'm going to bed. So, see you tomorrow. Okay guys, now it is time to go ahead and attach the butterflies to the skirt. So I'm going to go at it, hot gluing as much as I can. Once that's done, all we have left to do for this project is work on sewing the straps and then attaching a nice little zipper in the back. Hi guys, I have gone ahead and attached all the butterflies to the bodice and the skirt, and now we're going to go ahead and attach a zipper to the back. But here is a little bit more detail on what it looks like. I ended up adding a small butterfly waistband detail, and now all we have left to do besides the zipper is the sleeves, which I'm going to add butterflies to the top of as well. Oh my gosh, guys, we have officially finished my 2025 birthday dress. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. Now I'm going to take us forward 5 months to November 7th, which is my birthday, and we're going to go ahead and celebrate to 20 years of me being alive. Wow, that's crazy that we're already here. So without further ado, let's head to the final result.